We're going to start with a bit more pressure there to begin with, and we're going to hold that there. So you're going to push into that ground. So
just on that.
Yep.
They tell me, you'll see, it's best to open that.
Yeah, it is mainly because of internal rotation
I'm
of your
doing it
hip.
because I've been told by
Yeah.
a colleague.
Yeah.
Okay,
Look,
right.
internal rotation of your hip, if you turn that foot in this way,
Yep.
well, then it locks your hip out so you can't rotate through. So,
Okay,
yes, no problem at all with that. But we're going to keep that pressure on that foot. So then, if you talk about shear forces, so you're pushing that way with your feet, okay, rather than essentially you laterally moving, and we'll break that line there when we really shouldn't. So at this point in time, if you can see your tilt there, we've probably got about 60 or 70% of your pressure on your right foot at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Now, elite players, we know that they've got about 55% on their left foot at address. And it feels like, in their heads, it feels like it stays there. The reality is, when we're wielding this around at speed, it will end up going 70% into that right side, whether you like it or not. But at the moment, when you start moving away from it, we'll start to see you move even more. It breaks that line, we roll out on that ankle, and then we can't get any sort of creating any force at all, creating any rotation. And that then affects how steep and vertical this is over here. So then, of course, it's going to come down and change, and it shifts, and you cut straight across it. Because at the end of the day, if I move laterally this way on the left-hand screen, I've then got to move more laterally this way.
Yep.
And by that stage, this is going to project the golf club out and across it, and then we're in trouble.
Okay.
So we just change this side, that'll change whether you like it or not, and then all of a sudden we'll just change the numbers that we saw, so we might even see a path that goes that way, ever so slightly. Vice versa, we don't want too much that way, because you'll end up getting the Germans, you'll get the Huckenfarkens that start over here and end up over here. So we don't want that either. So we will end up zeroing this path out a lot more by way of changing this over here. Okay, cause and effect. And then, of course, you'll end up, to be brutally honest with what you said before, with you feeling as though it stops here, couldn't care less.
Oh, okay.
Because the reality is you've hit the golf ball.
Yeah.
It doesn't, after collision, it doesn't make a licking difference what you do, to be honest.
Okay.
Apart from injury prevention.
Yeah.
Okay, slowing the golf club down and things like that. So if we take that back, we put it in full motion, that's pretty good rhythm. Pretty happy with that. You know, that will look a lot smoother because of, without moving around so much.
Yep.
But you'll do a good job, don't worry. We'll get you working. Any questions?